for waking up with us. It's Wednesday, September 19th. I'm Lauren Barnes.
I'm Joe Morano. As you get moving this morning, a lot to get to over these next 2 hours. But of course, we start off by checking in with meteorologist Elisa Rappin, the Weather Lab, bringing you your forecast first today.
Good morning, guys. I've been saying the same thing every morning this week, but summer is still holding on. Things are pretty warm and humid out there. It is 75 degrees in Branson this morning. Our daytime average, by the way, is 79, so very warm out there. Dew points well over 65, so things are very sticky out there this morning. But we've got clear skies, dry conditions. You'll have smooth sailing on your way to work and school. Those temperatures, again, very balmy. 73 right now in Springfield. That's 72 in Rolla, 65 in Ava, or 75 in Ava rather, and 75 in West Plains. Dew points are at or near 70 this morning. That's very humid and thick and getting oppressive. That humidity is really going to kick those heat index values as we head through the afternoon. We'll have a dry morning commute. It'll be dry through lunchtime, and then just like yesterday, maybe a spotty shower by late this afternoon or evening, but most of us will stay dry. 71 at the bus stop, very warm by dismissal. 92 degrees will feel like 100. We'll keep an isolated shower chance, but again, for the most part, things will be quiet. We've got a cold front that will bring us some showers, storms, and a temperature tumble. Details on that in 10 minutes.
We begin Daybreak with some new information this morning on a story we first brought you yesterday.
We know the name of the man who has been charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action, as prosecutors say David Bryant shot and killed a man, then stole his car and shot another man before leading police to a standoff.
Bryant is now charged with fatally shooting Ryan Bollinger near Cherry Street in Dysart early yesterday morning while Bollinger's girlfriend was in the car they were driving.
Police say Bryant then went to the Fairview Studios on West Norton Road and shot a man in the chest. He then fled to a home on West Tampa, where a standoff took place for hours.
Eventually, Bryant charged officers, as you can see in this dramatic video we captured yesterday. Police used rubber bullets to take him down. Police say they are still investigating what happened, and more charges may be filed against Bryant.
Elsewhere now, more than a dozen people protested outside of Cox Hospital's Farrell Duncan Clinic yesterday as part of a nationwide rally called Don't Punish Pain. The rally was an effort to showcase patients with chronic pain who say they can't find doctors willing to prescribe opioids or can't get pharmacists to fill those prescriptions. The group wants the government to stay out of the doctor's office and wants the CDC to reevaluate its guidelines on opioids for not only patients with severe pain, but terminal illness as well.
In some more local news, if you want to get involved in policymaking for the city of Springfield, now's your chance. Applications to run for city council will be available on October 1st. There are 6 seats that will be up for grabs during the April 2019 election. The mayor seat, 3 zone seats for zones 2, 3, and 4, and then general seats C and D. Before you apply to run for one of those seats, it's important to know what you're getting yourself into. Cullerton spoke with City Clerk Anita Cotter and former Councilman Craig Fischel. They talked about sacrifices you must make, but also how rewarding it can be.
You don't know how many people have come in and said, I want to run for city council, and how much does it pay? It's a volunteer position.
One person on city council, if they've got a good idea, the only thing they have to do is convince 4 other council members that it's a good idea, and you can make a difference.
For a list of qualification requirements and important dates, you can find this story on OzarksFirst.com.
And we have some other news around the Ozarks now. The Diocesan Superintendent of Catholic Schools for the Springfield Cape Girardeau Diocese has retired after allegations concerning conduct and comments. 2 former students came forward this summer reporting incidents from 20 years ago involving Leon Witt. The diocese says the reports alleged concerning conduct and comments made by him 20 and 25 years ago, but would not explain what type of conduct or comments. Back then, Witt was a teacher and principal at the former St. Joseph Catholic in Springfield. The diocese says both reports were looked at for child abuse and neglect, and one was sent to the prosecuting attorney's office. Neither were determined to involve child abuse, child sexual abuse, or sexual misconduct. On September 13th, though, Witt submitted his request to retire. That request was accepted and effective immediately. Dr. Jean Ogg, who is currently Director of Development and Properties, serves now as the interim superintendent.
If you're looking for a new job, tomorrow Jack Henry will be holding a hiring event. It takes place at Jack Henry at that location on East Primrose, running from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Missouri Career Center's Mobile Job Center will be on site assisting with the event. Jack Henry hopes to fill more than 50 customer service positions. Applicants are asked to dress business appropriate and bring a completed resume if you have one.
Switching now to a local spotlight this morning, the crown jewel of the Ozarks, the Landers Theater, turned 109 this month. Yesterday, there was a special birthday party for the Little Theater.
Happy birthday, dear Landers. Happy birthday to you.
That's a good sounding group. Right?
Mm-hmm. Very in tune.
Yeah, the building was built in 1909. In the early 20s, they played talkies. That's what they called movies with sound, like the first movies with sound.
Ah,
you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they were usually shorts, and they played in the theater along with films until the 70s. Several renovations have taken place since that opening. There was a major fire in 1920. Remember that? No, we weren't around then. But it had to be rebuilt the following year. In 2018, the theater announced a $5 million campaign to raise funds for a restoration project as well.
The Springfield Little Theatre has brought in thousands and thousands of people into these seats since we've been here, and that is not even close to the whole history of the theater. So it's really, I think, it's something that's constant, but it's also something that is such a rich part of Springfield's history and something people can be proud of to come to and say, this is ours.
Again, sounds good. Cast members performed a special audition of Newsies there. The Landers is the oldest, largest civic theater operation in the entire state.